All right, I did the front row card show in Tacoma, and then I went up to DJ's card shop in Renton afterwards. I'm going to start off with my pickups from the front row card show. So this is Bobby Wagner's rookie gold autograph, numbered out of 15, SP Authentic. And I actually did a partial trade, so I had 160 bucks left, so I traded... gave him 160 plus a Jamar Chase purple flood obsidian. It was SGC 9 that I'd got for like 100 bucks, but it was down. There's recent comps from like 40 to 80 raw, and anyway, we just did that straight up. So recently, one of these PSA 9 went for 275, and there's like 10 online for like $1,000, but I figured just a brief look over, I figured this one might be a 8 with a little bit of whiting on some of the corners. Chance at a 9. I don't think there's any way that I could get a 10 on this, but rare enough card. Bobby Wagner's going to be in the Hall of Fame for sure. A lot of collectors, and just a rare gold. So happy to add that and get out of the SGC chase, because my SGC cards just kind of sit anyway. So I guess especially when I'm trying to either profit or get my money back, and it's just worth less now. But so anyway, happy to move into the Bobby. The next one I made was I was just walking by with my little slab case, and some guy said, "Hey, you got stuff for sale?" And I showed it to him, and he wasn't really interested, but the guy sitting next to him at a different booth looked through it, and he picked out a big stack of my slabs, and he said that, you know, him and I talked values on them, and he said that, you know, through the numbers that we kind of agreed on as we went, it was 470. He said, "What about 380? And I said, how about 390? And then he had this one at 350 firm. I said, "What if I'll do this card plus 40 bucks for all those slabs?" And he said, "Sure, let's do it." So I think this one's a little thicker on the left in terms of centering. I popped off the case when I was at the show, and I also noticed like a little bit of maybe edge wear down in the bottom left, kind of near the NFL there. You could see that. So, yeah. So anyway, I think it's probably a 9, but he had a PSA 9 that was like 430 or whatever, and you never know with PSA. They could easily pop at a 10 just for some minor stuff, because 10 doesn't mean it has to be perfect. So anyway, I'll take a roll of the dice on that one and see if I can get either. I mean, I figure it's a 9, but you never know, it could be 10. So and I think Tedero McMillan's gonna be one of the game's top receivers. I think he's got a lot of Drake London to him. I think those two will be kind of at the top of the league for. So then the last deal I made at the front row show was I went to the Going Twice booth, and a lot of times they'll go through my stuff and buy some stuff from me for reasonable deals. And Chuck looked at it there, and he liked the JSN that I had. I had a Blue Select PSA 10. I graded myself from, you know, so it was the color match, and it was maybe out of 149 or something, and they were booking at 145. So anyway, I asked him what the best he could do on this Planet Metal Michael Jordan would be, and he said 90%. So took 130 off this, be 1170, and then he gave me 130, 90% of the 145. So so yeah, I was 1040 additional on top of the JSN to get this one, but I briefly pulled it out at the show, and I was looking on eBay, and it looked like, I mean, there was raws going from 1,500 to $2,000, and this one looked pretty good to me. I mean, I didn't have my lamp like I do here to really get in there, but think the bottom left corner is, you know, the whiting there, maybe a little on the bottom right, but definitely the bottom left. And then there's some faint surface stuff, but not much. The back edging's always tough on these, so that's kind of expected, but I don't know. I think it's got a chance at an 8, you know. Anyway, you know, and an 8 does really good in this card, so I'll look at it more. I might just move it if I don't think it'll get like at least a 7 or 8, but I'll have to look at other photos of like graded 7s and stuff. Trying to see the surface. Yeah, I guess just that front corner is probably but it's not too significant, and there's no dimples or anything. Surface isn't, you know, usually on these I think they're pretty beat up surface wise too, so but anyway, that's easily my best MJ card, and I'll try to grade that one and see if I mean, his stuff keeps going up like crazy right now. I don't know if it'll keep doing so, but it's just a super cool card. So then the card show, I had some stuff that I wanted to trade them, including some sealed wax. Essentially, they gave me $325 of trade credit. So the first little stack here is just a bunch from the Jordan Value box that looked fairly clean in terms of corners and edges, that I could see if any of these are gradable. So a lot of, you know, $3-4 cards for the most part. And obviously, and then this one I had you know, they sent me from buying online a $2 free card coupon, so I used that to get that one free. And yeah, a lot of these obviously will have to wait till the value service for PSA is open again. And I grabbed a Barnyard, AJ Barner. He's got a strong market, stud tight end, numbered for $5. Gray Zabel's got a real strong market, our first round guard who played great his rookie year. So $10 for purple no huddle out of 75. And then I got a stack. Kind of the value gets bigger for the most part as we go on here. Got a first of print, Jordan Love, National Treasures. That's the 75, might be purple, looks like. Jalen Walker, stud rookie edge rusher. So this is the out of 35 gold auto, National Treasures. Grabbed the Michael Jordan Plus Factor. I had 3 of them there, and this one looked the cleanest, at least through the top loader. There's could be surface or anything like that on it, but it looked mint from just looking through the top loader. Maybe a little there or there, but yeah, I should have grabbed the other 2 too, because these are going for like $50 lately on eBay. They just keep going up. Max Crosby, Gold Finest with the coating still on, out of 20. So I'll grab that. And then this one's cool. 96 refractor for Shaq. Mystery. Yeah, these are kind of all over the board, but some are going for like $80-90. So I thought 50 was I mean, it's obviously off-centered, so thick around the right, but maybe, yeah, the top's way thicker too, so I don't think I'd grade it, but cool card. This one was let's see, like $70 or something. Russell Wilson Prism PSA 10 Finest. So these are kind of a short print. And then this is a super short print. Jalen Carter with the Select Tiger, $80. Then the 2 bigger ones from the card shop. This one's first to print out of 150. I think it's what the Chrome Cosmic, but it looked potentially gem mint. I took it out and looked at it, and I thought it was super clean, so try to send that one in and get a 10, because I know the market's already kind of cooling on this set. There were some that were like 125, but some at 85, and this one being first to print and seeing it in person that it was gem quality, I figured I'd take the shot on it. This one I picked up a Lamar Jackson micro mosaic for 150. Some, you know, they're going for like 115 to 200, and I don't know, this one might not 10 though if you look at the bottom too, especially at this corner maybe. So maybe I could have passed on that one, but I think just the raw price, it's fair, and usually on these raw ones I'm trying to grade them though. So yeah, so I'd say the best pickup of the day was easily the Planet Metal. And to be honest, at their booth, I probably could have grabbed other stuff and just hung out there because they had a lot of options. But I was happy to be able to do mainly trade, actually all trade for this one, and then maybe like a quarter trade on this one, and 3/4 cash. So, and this one got like what, 10% trade or something on it. So, and then at Front Row, I also sold, I don't know, I sold a Nolan Smith Cosmic PSA 10 for 110 bucks cash to a guy and his son. It was going, there was only one sale at 150, not super recent though, and then I think that was like 75%, but I'd been sitting on it for quite a while. And then they also, I had some low-end slabs, and I gave them like, they were wanting just like bargain slabs, so I gave them my 6 worst slabs that were like SGC 9 or 9.5 or PSA 9, 6 of them for 25 bucks, so like 4 and a quarter almost per slab, which is, I think they were running out of inventory to sell, so it helped them, and it was stuff that I've been sitting on that's just not moving. There's like a Trey Benson Blue Ice 9.5 SGC, Theo Johnson Blue Ice 9.5 SGC. SGC was just a bad idea in terms of sending stuff, but yeah, for all the DJ stuff I spent $328, but I also had $325 in credit from trading in 15 boxes. There was 10 2023 select hangers and 5 2021 score blasters, both football, that I just been sitting on and didn't really want to hang on to anymore. And then I also traded them, I don't know, there's a handful of slabs that I didn't move at the show, some SGC and PSA stuff, like a Caleb Williams that was, what was it, Goodwin Champions or something, a numbered Topaz, and there was like a couple Garrett Wilson's PSA 10s, but they were like Metal Championship Universe, just some low pop stuff, but not licensed and not really much demand, and maybe a Golden Touch of same set for CJ Stroud PSA 9, and a Griffey slab that was a rookie, but it was like a PSA 6, and then I had like 50 raw Griffies from my childhood collection that were beaters, that and then a box of other just kind of random stuff, and then I had a box of 2012 Prism football, not sealed. It was just a bunch of veteran stars. There was like Stafford, Bass, Fitzgerald, Randy Moss, Dwight Freeney, Terrell Suggs, Ray Lewis. There was probably 150 or 200, but it was all kind of like stars without, Brady or without the rookies. But anyway, a lot of fun pickups today. I'll be excited to go through these and see which are gradable, and then I might try to flash on here on the screen here some of the cards I traded out, like the JSN and stuff, if I can. If not, I'll just leave that to your imagination. But overall, really fun card day. It was a long day, and the front row show was really packed. And then DJs up in Renton was less packed just because the show takes away business. So I was happy to go hang out with them, find some good deals, and support them on their slow day. And yeah, I can't see how people do the card show. So here are the cards that I ended up trading away at the front row card show. So this was the JSN color match. It's a PSA 10 blue select out of 199 and a PSA 10, and I traded that for 130 of value towards the Michael Jordan Planet Metal. So here's the Jamar Chase Obsidian purple flood out of 13. Traded this one towards the Bobby Wagner gold plus 160 bucks cash to get that gold autograph out of 15 Bobby Wagner. So this one was a mint 9 SGC 2023 Jamar Chase, and happy to get out of that one. I did lose on this deal because I mean on this Jamar Chase because I was into it for 100. But and then here is the cards that I actually just sold for cash to a guy and his son that had a booth. The Nolan Smith PSA 10 Cosmic had sold. You know, the only known sale was 150 bucks, so I gave it to him for 110. And then the Jared Verse green PSA 9 rookie Prism, and then Tedero McMillan was an 8 for Red Hot Rookies. Braden Fisk, red, white, and blue 9. 9.5 on both the Trey Benson and the Theo Johnson SGC 9.5. For the numbered blue ice out of 99 Prism rookies, and then the JJ McCarthy 8.5 SGC mosaics. So those ended up netting like $4 a slab, but they are low end slabs. I think the best ones are probably the 9.5s. And then here was the guy that wanted a bunch of my stuff, and I ended up going with his Tedero McMillan downtown. So I started off Russell Wilson rookie chrome refractor PSA 9. These are always off-centered, so it's tough. Couple of Mecha Igbuka retro 9s. The Russ was 35 value, 15 each for the Mecha Igbukas. Latu was 15 for a blue color match. Noise Boys, Aaron Rodgers, that's the super short print insert. I think it was like 120, 125 value. Had the Will Anderson Jr. Genesis was like 50 or 60 value. Cam Ward PSA 9, 15 bucks value. We had the Press Proof LT, $20 value because it was only a 9, but it's a sweet short print card. Had the Pinnix, a couple of green waves that were each $30 value, PSA 10, and then 2 Optic JJ McCarthy's, each 30 bucks, and then 20 bucks for the My House Pinnix. The Tyreek Hill was $35 value for a PSA 10 tricolor. So in the end, it was those 15 PSA slabs for the Tedero McMillan downtown plus 40 bucks. So I think it was 15 bucks also on the Tedero McMillan retro PSA 9 Donruss. So kind of lower end stuff, stuff that hadn't been moving for me, either kind of niche stuff or players like, even if it was the 10s, it was all those quarterbacks that are kind of losing their jobs probably to Tua and Kyler. And so those are all my cards that I got rid of. You already saw the stuff that I picked up. And then I don't have any photos or videos of the stuff that I got rid of at DJ's Card Shop. But appreciate you watching. Take care.